This will require 80 yards away.
Yeah, Rory's like a car that just has an extra gear. You know, if you've got five-speed gearbox, Rory's got 6. If you've got a 6-gear speed, 7.
He's the souped-up Ferrari or Lamborghini. He can go. He's Formula One. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green. But he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Well, you could hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. Can't birdie them all, Rich.
These putts keep the round together. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. And so just getting started, even par so far. Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth. Still even par for the day. He'll take par and move on. Now to the second hole, and Frank, I'd be happy to see something with just the normal amount of obstacles, say, a bunker, maybe a pond. Those would be rather benign compared to what we're seeing right here on this second hole.
Yeah, that's no love shack. That's a guard shack there on the right of this green, just past that bridge. So this green well protected on that right side. Of course, water adorns this island green, and tons of local fauna around the green. This is one green you do not want to miss.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. So into red figures at 1 under.
Even par currently.
He has this for par. Drops it, and he's at even par. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. 1 under early in the round.
Whoops. Alert, alert, alert.
Frank, I've heard of a strong wind coming from out of the south-southeast, but this is something I've never seen.
Nearly destroyed this par 3.
These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. I like the looks of this one. Pretty close. He'll be looking at about 15 feet for birdie. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Well, that is unfortunate, Frank. This could be a disaster if he's not able to get this out. Getting some sand in the shoes now. Shot now from the rough.
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just 5 feet left. +1 in the early going. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Solid par to remain 1 under. Frank, here at the 4th, there's an awful lot going on.
There certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side. If it's successful, this rather long par 3 around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. Got to land that ball on the green. It will not run through that beach area, and of course the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't flighted properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part, this is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Get in the hole.
Can you believe that?
He can really get ready with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Just a couple of feet. Nice par to remain 1 under. That takes him to 1 under on the day.
Now, blind tee shot. Got to go over those 2 rocks in front of you. Just keep it right of those palms in the distance. Hazard.
Maybe wet. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimise the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. He had it all. And he has the bottom of the barrel. Settles in over the putt. And with that, 1 under par. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So, 2 over par for the round. Up to the 6th tee, Frank, and we're back against that destroyer. You need to take it over that small island.
Yeah, this is a little village, too. And remember the double greens at St. Andrews? Well, this is a split double green. It's shared in amongst the village. The green on the right, very, very small. So this a very lengthy par 3. It's going to be a case of really ready aim driver for some.
So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a shot you left. Should be safely on deck.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
I tell you, those shoes at the end of the day, they're going to have so much sand in them.
Don't bring those home. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
And getting ready for the putt. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Three over for the day. He needs this for par. Stays at 1 under with that par. Frank, looking at this hole, the player is going to need a detailed map from high above, maybe from the bomber squadron flying overhead, just to get a sense of what they're trying to navigate.
You can always go up in one of those 2 lookout towers, just check the direction of the wind, see which way it's coming from, but not an overly long par 3.
Well, you can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one in the rough. Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
This is a good-looking shot. Birdie try up next. He'll need to be strong with this. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Starting to climb back at +2. Not a gimme, but well within his range. It is in the hole for a birdie. Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Now to the 8th hole, Frank, you really just need to follow the trail down to the green here at Paracel Storm.
Barracks are probably the biggest problem in front of you. They're just short and left of this par 3 green. For the very observant, though, they'll notice a little one-on-one, perhaps a little basketball court just along the left side.
A little three-point shooting contest, you and I later on?
This is a par 3.
On the green in regulation. Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
Frank, I have to say I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
I agree. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the round plays out.
Might go deep here into red numbers. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Aw, do that. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. This would give him the par. Got it for par. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. Frank, it's been a real battle out here so far on the front 9. Let's finish it off in style here.
There's a great view just slightly right of the 9th green. Look out. Now, that's full of people. You might get the appropriate applause, maybe even a standing ovation, at least a salute. 150 yards approximately to that flag, but you have to be precise. And let's see how precise you can be. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Straight away now from 145 yards. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie too. Totally in command.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Jordan Spieth can really roll it, has good feel. And let's see what he does with this putt. With that, moves to 5 under par. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's a par. Stays at +2. Here we go at the 10th. We completed a successful front 9 mission, but more to go. Lots of obstacles on this back 9. Rich Lerner for EA Sports alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what are we looking at here at the 10th?
Oh, the short par 3. Anything that comes up woefully short, you'll be digging it out of the trenches. But the flag on the left side well away from the water. So this really not a par 3 that you should be concerned of getting into trouble unless you dally with some of those trees that are short and left.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Flagstick 150 yards away. "15 feet away." Never a doubt, looking to make a statement today. Birdie chance now for Jordan Spieth. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. He has this for a birdie. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Now the tiny little 11th hole here at Paracel Storm, Frank.
The scorecard gives it 125 yards, Rich, and we know we're going across the bay there, but really this is an excellent chance to increase that birdie-bogey ratio.
That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie.
It's no snack, though.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Shouldn't be a problem here. How about 7 under par now? So a tester from 4 feet. Knocked that down for par, remains at 4 under. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, the 12th hole here at Paracel Storm at 241 yards, island green. I can't think of a harder par 3 in the world.
This hole, you really have to be wary on the direction of the wind, because if it's coming off the island, then it's going to blow it towards the water. It's going to make this tee shot so much more difficult. Conversely, if you get a little sea breeze, it's going to help. It's going to hold it up there and make this whole play that little bit easier.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Continuing his fine play. Another beautiful approach shot. Second shot coming out of the rough here. drops it, and he's at even par. Settles in over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Going right back to the large island here at the 13th, Frank.
Trenches behind will certainly protect anything that goes a little bit long. Left of this green, you better call in the Navy. Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Appears to be tracking well. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Should be safely on deck.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Did the job right there. This is for his birdie. Moves to -8. Frank now at the 14th, and really a simple objective here.
It looks like an old sand dune where they've just put a green on top, rather benign. It might just sneak up on you though. It really just looks like green and beaches with a few palm trees behind, but beware.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. (160 yards). Frank, this golf course is surrounded by water, just a few tiny islands strung together to create these 18 super cool looking par threes.
Yes, Rich, and with all that water comes a lot of lost balls. When this base was still active, many of the soldiers would play the course in the tee box. They just get backed up really quickly. It was so bad that they created a local rule for balls in the water. So if you hit your ball in the water, you do what they've always done. You just drop one up next to the green and you take a stroke penalty. Pretty good rule.
Oh, I thought he had that. He'd settle for par here. Locked in on the read and the speed. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts. Great, too.
Beautiful. Still even par for the day. Eight under par for the round. Frank, in any war zone, the element of surprise is always so critical. And we see that here at the 15th.
Yeah, this green is fortified by the jungle that surrounds it, and just a little feature that you often don't see on a golf course. It's not a bunker in the middle of that green, just a mini forest.
Just a little short shot here. This is a good-looking shot. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a shot you left.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always is a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Getting set now over the putt. Over the putt, this is Jordan Spieth. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. 16th hole here at Paracel Storm, and Frank, as we begin this closing stretch, strikes me, this is tough guy golf out here, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. You want to earn your stripes by playing this golf course. This is the place to be. In the spirit of conservation, we have some solar panels to boost up the finish, and the hole not overly long. Let's see what the lieutenant can do this time. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. No way! He holed it, Frank.
Great pitch shot.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Good putt.
Even par currently.
Well done. Seventeenth hole now at Paracel Storm. And Frank, as we come toward the end of this round, you really want to salute the caddies as well as the players.
That's right. They've gone out there with meal packs today and canteens to make sure that there's the right amount of sustenance. But if you're looking for victory, then a strong finish is needed. Good chance for a birdie here at 17. You've got to traverse, obviously, the water there, and without the help of the Navy today, this is going to have to come in nice and high and soft, a little bit like a paratrooper coming in down there to avoid all those trees and palm trees that protect the front and the right side of this par 3.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good par. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. He'll need to be strong with this. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for holy cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, the job is almost complete here at the 18th hole, and a good job at that, as we have seen some spectacular golf here at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea.
Just one more battle ahead, the difficult 18th. Should they succeed, then I think they're worthy of a salute.
seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Well, you can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Rich, I once asked Tom Weiskopf, I was really young, I said, who's the greatest putter you've ever seen? And I thought the answer was going to be Ben Crenshaw, Billy Casper, even my fellow countryman Bob Charles. And he sort of shook it off, and he said, that's the easiest questions anyone's ever asked me. It's Jack Nicklaus. And I'm like, Jack Nicklaus was great player, you know, hit the ball far and high and all that. I said, well, why would you say he's a great putter? He said, well, you know, when you hit a shot to 30 feet on just about every hole and you never look at a makeable putt, but the first one you get, the first 10-footer, you just bury it straight in the middle of the hole. He said, that's a great putter. He said, when you watch Nicklaus's career over the years, time and time again, he wouldn't have a makeable putt. Take two putts, take two putts. But when he had one, the first one he looked at, he knocked it in. And he said, that is what a great putter does.
He made them when it mattered. 18 times to win major championships. It mattered for Jack.